So, you wanted to meet the prophet. Okay, so here I am. I'm right here, speaking directly to you. This is the prophet that do not put his picture up on Facebook. This is a prophet that do not glorify himself. This is a prophet that does not give himself all the glory. This is a prophet that is not a narcissism. It is what it is, and I am who I am. I have a message for all you false prophets, all you fake preachers, perverted bishops, fornicating ministers, backstabbing evangelists, deceiving elders, deceptive deacons, and also the so-called apostles. I have a message for you. And this is not from the God that you have been serving. This is from the real God. I'm talking about the one that you think you know, but the one that talks to me, the one that walks with me, the one that showed me divine visions, the one that showed me divine prophecies. Every single last one of my prophecies is true. This is not me just saying something that's on my mind or having some random thought. Everything is real. And you can tell by the postmarks. When God give it to me, it's given to y'all. Sometimes I lock them. Sometimes I make it public. God is very angry with your behavior. Disappointed in the way you keep on fooling these ministers, members, and these parishioners, and people that's trying to seek Him and find out who He truly is. You pretend you know Him. You don't know God. You think you know God. You don't know God at all. I'm not talking about the real men and women of God. I'm not talking about my true prophet or my anointed preachers or my anointed bishops or ministers, elders, or evangelists following the path of righteousness. I'm talking about the ones that have this lustful, demonic, filthy, perverted spirit seeking after little boys, turning them into homosexuals, and then have the nerve to complain about them and preach about them. It's you. You're the reason why they're like they are. You're the reason why they are the way they are. I'm talking about the sick, psychotic ones that look at their members as a sex object and use reverse psychology to get into their pants by having sex with them. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You truly should be ashamed of yourself, sleeping with your member's wife, or even bishops having this homosexual relationship with these young boys, or even the cardinals and these Catholic preachers sleeping with these. You should be completely ashamed of yourself. You're the reason why things are the way they are right now. I'm talking about the ones that seek after a position just for the power that it holds. God is angry with your behavior. He's angry with your behavior. He's completely angry with your behavior. You think because you rehearse a message down to a science that you could even practically sing it, that is a word from God, because you do a little hooping and hollering and practice copying someone else's way of speaking in tongue, or practice the way someone else's way they deliver their message. All you sound like a bunch of fools. Preach the same way, jump up and down the same way. You got fake tears, a fake praise, a fake walk, false information, but you're very charismatic. That's the only thing that you can do. You have a charismatic way of speaking to people. You think because you're charismatic that people's going to automatically listen to you. I'm not buying into that. And a lot of other people are not buying into that. You sit in the comfort of your home and you practice a shout or a praise that is phony as you. People can see it's phony. You say what's on your mind and not what God wants to be said. God is about to remove you right out of the way. You just don't know it yet, but God is about to remove you. But I know it, and I already see it. This is coming your way very soon. You're going to be humiliated in front of all your members, the whole congregation, probably the world. And I'm not bragging about this here gift. I'm not bragging or boasting about what I do or what God gave me the ability to do. But I am boasting and bragging about the true living God that I'm divinely connected to, that you're not connected to. Sitting inside your church giving out these prophecies, and not one of your prophecies is turning the corner. It just says phony as you. You can see every last one of the prophecies that I write. I put a time stamp on it. So when I put a time stamp on a prophecy, and then later on the prophecy comes true, you know it's nothing but the vision, divineness of God. There's no other way. Because God speaks truth. He doesn't spew lies. You ain't got to wait a whole year or two for some prophecy to come true. And again, I'm not talking about my real men and women of God. I'm talking about these fake, phony, jackleg preachers and jackleg evangelists and jackleg elders that have attitudes inside of churches and try to use their position just because it's a family church. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be a complete shame of yourself. You're a disgrace. All you so-called whatever you want to call yourselves, I see right through you. Your time has expired. Some of you men treat your wife like she's trash, have no respect for the family, and you think it's okay to continue doing the same things you've been doing. Some of you even been married before and you treated your first wife bad, and you think you can sit inside a church and teach somebody something. You need to teach yourself something. You're going to abandon your family, then going to sit inside of a church, inside of a pulpit, and try to preach the word of God. You should be ashamed of yourself. Go sit down somewhere. There's no truth coming out of your mouth. You can't deliver a message. You can't deliver a personality. And the things you've been looking at, or the writings you've been looking at, they're not just random thoughts. They're divine, inspired, prophetic visions from God. These are visions I see, and they're true. God is angry with your behavior. God is angry with your behavior. Disappointed. Completely disappointed. Fooling people. You've been fooling people too long and leading God's people astray. You've been feeding God's people to the wolves. Because you say one thing out of your mouth and you behave another way. But I got news for you, buddy. Now the wolves are tired of the food you've been serving them, and they have developed an appetite for you. So you're next on the menu. It's not no secret. You are next on the menu. This is going to be a terrible, terrible time for you. Terrible time. I don't care how much you think you could pray to the God you've been praying to and think he's going to do something for you. That God's not going to do nothing for you. I have a prophecy for you. I have a divine prophecy for you. And I want you to listen closely. Listen very, very closely. There's someone that's going to walk inside of your church. I don't know if you're going to be preaching or whatever you're going to be doing. They're going to have a weapon on you. See, you talk your way out of this one. They're going to have a weapon on them, and they're going to be serving you straight to the enemy. The same enemy that you've been worshiping. if you do not change immediately. You sit your butt down and stay out of this pulpit and stop telling people these lies and these here false prophecies that you think that you know. You're not a prophet. You're not even a pastor or a preacher or a bishop. You're worse than the parishioners inside of your church. Start speaking truth and stop speaking your feelings. Just because you mastered a couple of speeches will not make you anointed, my friend. Because the same message you preached years ago is the same message you preaching now. Just because you sweat and you do a couple of jumping jacks and jump through a couple of hula hoops, it doesn't make you anointed. God is tired of it. He's angry with your behavior. I can't even stress that enough. He's completely angry with your behavior. Leading God's people to the wolves and leading them astray. Yeah, he got something for you. And you may be thinking you benefit now from the false teaching you teaching and the hungry appetite you have for this here money and keeping people broke inside your church, having kids go to bed hungry, having mothers not looking forward to even doing anything because you say that if they don't tithe, they won't get nowhere, or they don't put money inside your hands, they're not going to get nowhere. God is going to remove you from this earth. I promise you. I promise you. God is tired of you. Tired of you. And other people are tired of you too, including me. People want a real man of God. And God wants people to meet the real man of God himself. And I'm a real man of God. And God is tired of you. You probably turned it off before you got here to this here part. But God is completely tired of you. And your filthy, nasty ways. Robbing people, treating your wives bad. Sitting inside church pretending to be straight when you know you're not straight at all. You're full of demons. You're full of demons. You hear me talking to you? I'm tired of you. Sitting up there. And you know exactly who I am. And you know exactly who I'm talking to. You better get yourself together and get yourself right. And for you call yourself pastors preaching inside these tight pants, these tight shirts, and curling your hair, and you know you need a real man. You're a straight up. You know you're a homosexual. Just tell people you're a homosexual. Get out of that pulpit. Get out of that pulpit. Stay your butt out of the churches. You just don't know. You just don't know. Ooh, you just don't know. You better start preaching right. You better start preaching right. God's going to open you up to open shame in front of everybody, if not the whole world. And if you don't like what I just said, you let me know you don't like what I said, so God come pluck you in your head. You should be shaming yourselves, every last one of y'all, making this here thing a game. This is not a game. You're making it a game. And don't have me come in here and talk to you about this again.